I thought I'd give you a little update here. It's been a few days. I had some problems adjusting the Raceland coilovers, but I finally figured it out, and they're almost as low as they'll go. So that means the coils themselves are a little weak. I've seen other videos that talked about that. And obviously that's too low to drive it like that, but that's okay because I was planning to cut and trim that out. So that's good. I haven't touched the front ones yet, but the good news is when I finally figured out how to lower these things properly, and by the way, I had to take the whole assembly out. So I had to remove that back strut, the back coilover, and take it to my workbench because it was locked so tight I could not get it to unlock. Anyway, hey, it's below 50 inches now. So I measured the roof line and it's like 49.5 again. So we're back on track. I wanted to show you a couple other things I've done this morning. Is I did take the hatchback off, which I'm happy to say it was quite easy to do actually. These weren't rusted, and hey, I'm not a mechanic, I'm learning as I go, but I tell you, I love it when nuts are not rusted. I should make a t-shirt about that, and any of you who have done body work, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this detaches. That was the water hose that goes to the if you don't know much about Celicas, there's a button on the dash that you can hit that'll squirt washer fluid down your back window, which makes sense because you do have this wire here was for the windshield wiper. These two wires go to the brake light, which I do want to install on my new car too. So I plan on, when I create the fiberglass to go in here to make a really cool hatch in the back here, I'm gonna have to wire that back up, which shouldn't be a big issue. So the tailgate came off really easy. The bumper didn't, and I wanted to talk about that just for a second. Okay, so that's what the Celica looks like with no bumper on it. There are a couple of foam pieces that sit on there for sound deadening, a little bit extra cushion. And that's the bumper. So there's a guy who had a great video. I don't think I need to link it in the description. It's pretty easy to find. If you just type in Celica bumper removal, rear bumper. So all of these came off really easy, right? Everything here was easy. But these little buggers right here, I didn't know what to do with those. And I'll tell you what I did in the end. Maybe there's a better trick than what I did. I mean, you can't get a hammer into them. That didn't make sense. I tried pliers. That didn't work at all because they're so hard. So what I did was, let me go over here. I just put a little, this is where they were. You can see there's a little hole right, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, right there. Okay, so I just put a screwdriver in, and I wasn't planning on keeping the bumper anyway, but I lightly just kind of pried down with the screwdriver and it popped right out. And I can't believe how much time I spent trying to figure out how to pop those out. So again, there's the clearance on the rims. It's getting low, which is good. That's the whole plan. So I just thought I'd give you a little update. It's hard to look for pictures online of what these cars look like when they're stripped down. So here's a little picture of what they look like when they're stripped down a bit. So that's the tail end of a Celica, missing a few pieces. The other thing I have to decide, and then I'll wrap up this video, is, and some of you might shake your heads and roll your eyes, but again, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm kind of having fun with this. The fiberglass that I intend on making, I don't want to try and line up all these little points. I mean, I could use this as a template, which is probably what I should do, but I'm kind of toying with the idea of just cutting that whole top section right off the bumper and attaching that to my fiberglass bumper. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe it would make more sense to just remove those and attach them to the fiberglass. I'm not really sure because I have no experience with this. So I'm going to have to work that out, figure it out. But I can start shaping the back now, which is going to be a lot of fun. Over here we have, there's the rear hatch. You can see, this is embarrassing, but I got to figure out how to get the tail light off, right? The brake light. I'm sure there's an easy way to, maybe there isn't, but I just put a little bit of pressure here and snap. I broke a little piece off, but I can glue that back on, no problem. That doesn't, I still don't know how to get that off, but we'll work out that later. Maybe I'll just take a brake light off a different car from a junkyard or something. Okay, so if you haven't watched the other videos, go check them out if you want to. And if you want to support me, you can buy a t-shirt. You can check out my t-shirt video. I have a t-shirt over there I could show you, actually. Hang on a second. No, I better not. Or you can buy me a coffee, which is not actually buying me a coffee. It's just donating $5 is per coffee. So you can do that if you'd like, and have a great day. All right, so I just thought I'd do one last little video clip of where I'm at right now. I'm building this little form here. I've got some wood underneath to give it a little bit, you know, so it doesn't move around too much. I'm gonna actually hot glue the wood pieces to the car underneath so that it doesn't move at all. But I'm starting to get the shape, and I don't know if you can tell this from the camera, but it does. It's about 36 inches across at the top, and I don't know what it is down here, but it does narrow in, which is what I'm looking for. You can see that on the model too. And the model's not perfect, but so it's looking pretty good. It's really helpful having a model, I'll tell you that. This whole thing has been way easier having that little car to look at, so I can get everything right where I want. In fact, I'm even taking the thickness of the clay and figuring out, sorry about the camera work here, how thick I need to put on foam to get it right where I want it to be. So anyway, I'm going to stop. I just thought I'd throw up this little update video on what I'm doing right now. I've been pretty excited to start shaping with foam. And so I do have other things to do. Like, I still have to lower the front suspension, but I just couldn't wait to start fabricating some stuff because that's what I was most excited about. All right, so I'll put this up and I'll see you next time.